If you already own a tracker boat, then you know that the cooler that comes in these things is completely useless, and today we're going to go ahead and fix that. And the way we're going to do that is by installing this cooler into this step here. So as you know, this thing is not very good. It's just basically raw aluminum. I've put some foil in it to try to make it slightly better, but that actually did absolutely nothing. It's difficult to clean and it's completely useless. It never holds ice. So this cooler here is an Igloo 28 quart cooler that I picked up from Walmart. I'll put some links below and what I'm using here, and I also have this little Perco 5/8 hose through-hole connection that we'll use for the drain to go into the bottom of the cooler. So let's go ahead and tear out this aluminum box and we'll get going on the installation of this. All right, to get this done, we got to take out a couple of Phillips screws and this whole top lid comes out. Nothing too fancy here. It's a little bit more complicated to get to this one underneath the console here, but it's not too bad. Got to use this little stubby guy to get in here. This one's a little bit of a pain. All right, so there's no real magic here. Now that we got the 4 screws out, we're just going to lift this guy up and pull it out of the way. As you can see, this thing has seen better days. It is not the prettiest. Got this little foam in here to try to do something, and it's done absolutely nothing. And we've just got these 2 rivets that we're going to drill out. So we're going to go ahead and grab like a 5/16 bit and drill these guys out so we can pull out the whole aluminum tray here. So we got our bit in here. We're just going to go ahead and drill this guy out. Take until you break that top off, just like that. There you go. Sometimes you got to get a little sporty with it. And it comes right out, something like that. Look at this thing. It's just aluminum with some crappy foam on it. Seriously? So from here you can see that this is pretty flat. We're going to go ahead and take this one down because it's kind of a sticky epi, and make sure that we can get it flush. So now that we got that flushed up, we're going to go ahead and start working on the cooler itself. All right, so the next step is going to be installing our drain through-hole fitting. You do want a drain in it, otherwise you're going to put ice in here, it's going to fill up with water, and then you got to like pump it out. So that's going to be no bueno. So this drain is just going to go straight through into the hull of the boat, just like the stock one is. You can buy a drain plug to put in there if you want to try to keep the water in it, but this should be sufficiently long to get through our cooler and get the job done there. So let's go ahead and find a spot. So what we don't want to do is put it on a weird surface like this, right? We want this to sit flush. And so we're going to pick a spot somewhere over here that's a nice flat area. I'm going to drill through it first with my 5/16, and then we'll hit it with a 3/4 inch paddle bit to make the hole the size it needs to be. Let's go ahead and eyeball it. Just like that. And I'm going to hit it through the other side so it looks a little bit better. All right, we got our hole, and we made a big mess, obviously. All right, now that we got our hole, let's put our fitting through. Should fit. 3/4 is a little tight, but actually kind of threaded it through there. So you can see we got enough sticking out there. It's going to be no problem. We're going to snug this up, and then we're going to cut it the end off of it. Pliers here, again, this is plastic on plastic. No need to get crazy with it. And we're going to cut the threads off so that it's not getting in our way. All right, easy enough. Now let's pop the lid off and the handle. This just pops out. Don't need that. Sorry about that. And the lid pops off as well. So you can see what we got. We got a hole in it. We got a holy cooler. We got no lid, no back bar here. We may have to trim this off, but let's trowel fit it. And I can actually trim that off while it's in the boat if I need to. All right, let's go ahead and trowel this guy. See how it fits. Because you see this whole flange is getting in my way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and buzz off this side profile so this thing slides right in, because we're close everywhere else other than that. So let's go take that off. All right, you see what we got? Just took off the sides here so it's nice and smooth and flat. Let's go ahead and try it again. Curious if it'll go down more. There we go. Got that side in. There it is. Now we're in there. All right, as you can see, we're now in business. We got it all the way in there, took a little love. I don't know if this guy's gonna clear or not, but that looks a lot better. Not too bad. Let's see how the stock lid fits. Get that right back in there. That's what it looks like on the inside. Got a little gap here, which isn't ideal, but that is a lot nicer. Now what you can do, it's completely optional, is you can take this foam out and find something that's a little bit thicker. So something like a, I don't know, probably 1/2 inch foam board, cut it out, glue it in there. That'll give you a little bit better seal. You can also consider sealing this bottom edge to the top of the cooler. I've got a tournament tomorrow, so I'm not gonna go ahead and go through that. That's kind of an optional upgrade. But there you go. You don't need to bolt it down, screw it down or anything. It's gonna be held in there, obviously by a friction fit, and also just by the top of the lid here. That's a quick installation of the cooler. If you found that helpful, like and subscribe to the channel. I'll put some links down below in the description, and we'll see you next time.